always like to make my sketchbooks look as thick and messy as possible. This goal pushes me to think of outside-of-the-box ways to fill up pages. I'll rip pages out, make new pages, sticking found objects and trash in it. I remember once I taped pieces of a broken phone onto a page. Working with multimedia in a sketchbook in a place where it doesn't really have to look good really helps the creative gears going in your brain. So while leaving no empty space in a sketchbook is also a good practice, a really fun one is to stick trash and found objects in. I think I'm going to start a series showing a few ideas on how to bulk up your sketchbook. Follow me if you're interested.
Here are 5 eco-friendly practices for sustainable art making. Use old paper scraps, discarded sketches, receipts, etc. to glue into your sketchbook. You can use them to collage, or you can even paint or draw on top of them for added texture and inspiration. I actually do this a lot, specifically when I'm facing art block. It really does help me get into a new creative space and look at things from a different perspective. Reuse old fabric. You can do this by using your own old clothing, or you can thrift someone else's old clothing. You can also use old bed sheets, curtains, pillowcases, basically any fabric you can find that you don't want anymore. If you've seen any of my Coraline dolls, they are 100% dressed in reused fabric. Unravel old knit pieces and use the yarn. You can use old sweaters, scarves, hats, and there are also a ton of handmade hats and scarves at thrift stores for cheap, and they are very easy to unravel. Reuse old jewelry that you don't wear anymore by taking it apart and making it into new jewelry. You can also thrift old jewelry, and that is a really good way to buy new supplies. Use expired eyeshadow to add pigment to resin projects, use as a soft pastel, or even add skin tone variations to dolls. You can also use expired eyeliner and eyeshadow pigments to add some creative designs into your sketchbook. Let me know if you want a part 2.
Here we have it, my very first sketchbook. I'm covering my name, but as you can see, I was 15 years old when I started it. I'm gonna be turning to a random page and redrawing whatever page I land on. Oh my god. So this is actually the first page. I have all the colors here. Perfect. So I'm gonna redraw. Alright, so as a reminder, this was the before, and voila, the after. I like how she came out. I did change around the colors a bit because the colors I chose before just looked awful. But yeah, here she is. And let me know if I should redo some more of my old art, because there is plenty.
Going through and rating my old sketchbook. We love her. This cat really do have a double chin. Very fast kitty. I think this is the best thing I've ever done. I finally learned how to blend markers. Bless. Love this bird. I should have finished shading. We don't talk about the scratches, okay?
Insomnia paint with me. R.I.P. watercolor lid. Zaza painting. A kitty emerges. Best part of painting. Kitty. I should go back to bed.
Guys, I need sketchbook ideas on what to draw because I haven't touched this for ages before I made a wind archer scrapages.
Think I like you. lesson just with me and no one else.
Most people think that artists have sketchbooks filled with beautiful drawings. Not me. Mine is a sad little book filled with garbage. Let's check it out. I mean, this looks like I was trying to draw while getting electrocuted. This just looks like I'm attacking my sketchbook. And here we have absolutely nothing. What are you? Oh look, an actual drawing. Finally. Most people think that artists have sketchbooks filled with beautiful drawings. Not me. Mine is a sad little book filled with garbage. Let's check it out. I mean, this looks like I was trying to draw while getting electrocuted. This just looks like I'm attacking my sketchbook. And here we have absolutely nothing. What are you? Oh look, an actual drawing. Finally.
Where I get all my art supplies. Sketchbooks are Moleskine. You can find them on Amazon and at Target. I use the 20 for Count Prismacolor colored pencils. Arteza watercolors I stole from my mom. Markers from Five Below. I get all my stickers from Amazon. Acrylic markers that are probably from Amazon as well. The acrylic markers bleed, so I use this canvas paper and then glue it into my sketchbook. I use Papermate pens and pencils. Hope this helped!
If I feel her sighs and I can taste her laugh, she's never really mad and she smiles when she is sad. She can't fool me. She can't fool me. But she can take me away or
So my sketchbook is falling apart at the seams. I'm trying to fill up as many pages as possible before she explodes. We're starting off with some pen drawings of little animals.
Hey, want to listen to some tunes?
Yo, MF Doom.
I think I've just found the best sketchbook. So I love foxes. I went on Etsy, I searched up cool fox sketchbook. This is a little handmade one. Got a little clasp, yellowed pages. Leaves a pretty cool effect. These are just some of my drawings. It doesn't pick up pencil the best, But if you go over it in pen, chef's kiss. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. These are the ones I've not gone over in pen just yet. We ignore this one. This was for a video, not my finest work. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you all. In a bit, bosh.
I did this sketch during school. I thought it would look cool in this spread. Color, color. Do you have a favorite color palette you like to use? Time to free her. What should I add next? Any thoughts?
Does everyone always look at you that way?
What is this? Doesn't want to ask.
Is this what you want?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Today I'm working on a little watercolor landscape painting in my sketchbook, which you're welcome to follow along with me on. I started by painting in the sky and using a dry brush to lift some clouds. Here's the reference photo if you'd like to try it for yourself. Then I'm working on painting in the water, starting with a lighter blue and then moving towards a more vibrant blue at the bottom, and then using a dry brush while that paint is still wet to lift up some highlights. Next I'm using dark green to add some reflections underneath each of the land sections. I'm doing this while the paint is still a little damp in that water section so that it blends out a little bit. Doing the same thing to this section over here, and just using a small brush to add some horizontal lines to look like ripples. This section is pretty far away, so we're not adding a ton of detail. Then I'm using a dark green to fill in the land section with some trees. Then I'm switching over to that closer land section and adding a little more detail here, including some trees and trunks. And last, we're going to be brave and add some foreground details with some branches coming in at the sides of the landscape. I added those at the top right, and then added this whole tree here at the bottom left. And using a mixture of greens kind of filled in the branches until they looked natural. Once I was happy with all the detail, I signed my painting, and here is the final piece. I love doing little landscape paintings like this in my sketchbook. It's great practice, so make sure you give it a try. Thanks for watching.
My top 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Something that does not make any sense to me is that no matter how much you spend on a sketchbook, the cover is never going to be pretty. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but if you go to the store and you buy like a bullet journal, you're going to get a really nice aesthetic cover and you can choose different designs. But with sketchbooks, they always look the same. They always have this bland, cardboardy look. So today we're going to jazz it up. We're going to just try to add a little bit of life to this cover. It still needs to be varnished, but it low-key looks like I made a lettering piece and then it got measles. I added way too many little sparkles. But, I mean, it's better than the cardboard, so...
Here's an art tip on preventing marker bleeds. Marker bleeds are super annoying, and I learned this the hard way. So, to prevent that, grab a scrap piece of paper from a different notebook or sketchbook. And also make sure that your scrap piece of paper is thick enough for the marker to not bleed through the paper again.
Yo soy esa persona a la que no le puedes regalar ni un pedazo de papel usado porque seguramente lo voy a guardar y lo voy a poner aquí. Hacer esto con todas las cartitas que me regalan, además de ser un pasatiempo súper tranquilo y relajante, me hace valorar aún más a las personas que han estado ahí para mí. Además de que de verdad no tengo el corazón para deshacerme de nada, excepto a las personas que sí me han llegado a lastimar. Eso sí, thank you next, en la vida tú vas a estar aquí. Pero bueno, esta es tu señal para que tú también empieces a guardar tus recuerdos de una forma linda linda y creativa y muy terapéutica, la verdad. Y espero te sirva de inspiración, pero eso fue todo. Bye, TKM.
Come on. Honey, I see you looking at me. I'm ready to go in. You want me. Sexy.
Let's go over my art book collection. I have a ton of books that I use as reference and inspiration. These are mostly Japanese anime. If you've ever seen this kind of retro manga drawing, I love this style so much. There's a bunch of different fashion illustrations in here from different artists. I really like the stroke style of this one in particular. And then moving on to another one by the same publisher. This one has a little bit of a different vibe to it. I love this artist. I don't know her name. She does a lot of really cool details and accessories. This is pretty cool too. And last one for today is new retro illustration. I love anything that is cyberpunk or old Tokyo, and this just has a lot of that really cool vaporwave vibe. I wish I could read Japanese, but you know. Some more. Oh, this is cool. This is very vintage anime. I love the color scheme here with all the pastels. Oh, here's another one. Anything that is world building or Sims, Animal Crossing, like, I am a huge sucker for. And I was gonna save this for tomorrow, but I guess we'll do one more. I have followed this artist for years. He specifically does these incredible watercolor illustrations of Tokyo storefronts. So he is an urban sketcher. I was in Japan for about a month back in 2017, and just walking around and looking at all the different buildings and architecture is something that has inspired me up till this day. Still got a bunch more, and part 2 will be tomorrow.
I've been cleaning up my room and found some of my old sketchbooks when I studied in Japan 2 years ago. I had actually about 4 sketchbooks with me at the time, one I can't find but just had the notes from my Japanese class. Not that many drawings inside that one. I did many drawings of this little guy I got from a gacha machine. I didn't do many when I was over there, so I was so happy I got him on the first try. I took a lot of stickers and pamphlets of my surroundings and places I went to so they could be part of the memory. They're not as pretty, but I'll hopefully get better at displaying them.
You sit right down and
little sketchbook tour cause it's been a while.
Ocean in the ocean.